Today I got for you guys all of the intel locations in Ashes of the Dam. Now I'm talking about all the audio logs, documents, and artifacts. So there's a lot of things to go over in this, and I know this is going to be helpful to you guys. So show some support on the channel by dropping a like, subscribe, bell, share, any of that great stuff. But with that said, let's get into all of the intel on Ashes of the Dam. Now we're going to start off with the audio logs, and there's 14 in total, but 7 of them can be picked up immediately, but the other 7 require you to progress through the Easter egg. And let's go over the ones you can pick up right away. Now the first one I want to show you guys is in Blackwater, and this is going to be in this like boat cabin thing. It's like outside the main cabin, and if you go to the back right of this, you'll find yourself an audio log. Then if you go to Vandor's farm, you're going to actually go into the house to the kitchen area, and on the stove you'll find another one. Next you're going to be going over to Ashwood, and in Ashwood there's going to be 3 audio logs in total, but the first one I'm going to show you is actually at the bottom level, and this is where you upgrade old tests, except the opposite side of that you'll find one on this shelf. Next, if you go up to the Juggernog side, or as this room is actually called, the Ruby Rabbit, you'll find on this desk here another audio log. Then if you go to the complete opposite side where the arsenal machine is, if you go in the room that has the mirror, you'll turn around and in this dark little corner you'll find another one. Then you want to go over to exit 115/diner. There's going to be 2. The first one's going to be in the diner itself, and it's just going to be by the sink here. The next one's going to be in the mechanic shop, and it's going to be kind of by the back exit on top of these shelves. And those are the 7 audio logs you can pick up right away. But now let's get into the other ones that require you to progress through the Easter egg, and pretty far into the Easter egg. Now, at what point these actually become available is actually after you do the key step, get the midway through cutscene, and then now you have to do the different points of interest Easter egg steps. And the first one I'm going to show you is actually on Vandor's farm. This is where you get the dude on the table to look at you with his red eyes and then turn and you shoot him with the wonder weapon. And at this point, actually, after you shoot him and his head is glowing, not through just the eyes, but also glowing from you shooting him, this is when the radio spawns in. You actually don't have to complete the step in its entirety. You could actually pick it up right now. And when you do that, you can head down to the basement, and kind of by the arsenal machine on these shelves you'll find the audio log. The next 2 are actually interesting because they are tied to the Cosmodrone's Easter egg step here, but from what my experience is that I didn't even have to start this step. They already spawned in, but if they aren't spawning in for you, maybe shoot the antennas, finish the step, do whatever you got to do. But once you do, the first one I'm going to show you is in the control room, and right as you walk through this door on your left you'll find it here. The next one's going to be in the PhD room, except on the opposite side of it on top of this box. And now the final 4 actually require you to get very far into the Easter egg. In fact, you need to get to this step that is right before the boss fight, right before you interact with Klaus. And in other words, you have to finish the Blackwater's point of interest step. And once you do that, 4 audio logs will spawn all in this location. The first one's going to be kind of by the power switch up on top of these boxes. The next one's going to be on the back of that cabin, next to this ammo crate right here. Then we have to go back into this boat cabin thing, and on the windowsill you'll find it here. And the final one is going to be in the tool shed right on top of these shelves. And with that you'll have all 14 audio logs. Now this brings us to the documents. There's going to be 6 in total, and luckily for us there is no ties into the main Easter egg. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is actually in spawn, but you actually need Melee Macchiato to get it. So if you guys don't know where Melee Macchiato is, it's in Blackwater and the bottom level of the cabin. Then from there, once you have it, you can head back into spawn, and you want to look for this Project Janus tank looking thing, kind of trap thing also. And what you want to do is just melee a couple times on both sides until smoke pops out and the document in front of it too. The next one's going to be in Blackwater, and in Blackwater what you need to do is go into this tool shed and back up all the way back as far as you can, and then straight ahead you'll see a dartboard, and you want to shoot just in the center of it and the document should pop out. From there you want to go to Vandor's farm. This one's a bit tricky, but what you need to do is go up to one of these haystacks and interact with it, and it'll drop a document. Now here's the thing, this actually has multiple spawns, and every haystack is a possible spawn for it. Now you just want to check all of the haystacks. I'll show you all the ones that I think it could possibly be. Obviously there's one I got it from, then right behind the one I got it from, then maybe the one on the wagon, and then one between the house and the box, and then one right next to the barn and the house, and then maybe there's a spawn inside the barn, but just keep interacting with these things until it comes out. It might take a couple times for you to do it, but eventually it'll happen. From there, you want to head to Ashwood, and you want to go up to the zip line right here. You want to go up it, but then turn around immediately, because then you want to look down and you can actually see the document right here. And you want to be careful here. You slowly want to edge off this until you fall onto this spot so you can pick up the document, but be careful, because if you miss this, you're going to go down. The next is the easiest one. Is going to be the diner slash exit 115 area. It's going to be in the mechanic shop right next to the crafting table on this table here. And the final one is going to be in the Cosmodrome. It's going to be in the control room. If you want to look at these shelves here at the bottom, there's going to be some papers. You shoot them and you'll find the final document. And with that, that'll give you all 6 documents. Now this brings us to the artifacts. And if you guys want to know the easiest way to get all the artifacts, just do the main Easter egg and you'll get them all. But obviously, I'm not going to actually tell you how to do the full main Easter egg here. It'll make the video way too long. So instead, what I'm going to do is, at what point of the Easter egg do you get all these parts? That's what I'm going to do. And there's going to be 6 in total, and let's get into them. So the first one is one I promise you already have, and it's going to be right as you spawn in the service room. When you punch this thing and pick up Ted's head, that will be your first artifact. The next one is actually going to be the wonder weapon after you craft it. Once you craft it, you'll immediately get it. After that is actually going to be the broken mirror that you actually use the wonder weapon and Wisp T to break. And this one, you don't actually have to pick anything up. You shoot it, break the mirror, and you'll automatically get it. And then after that, you kind of get 2 back to back. It's right after the key step where you have to bring 3 keys to this weird thing right here. And once you bring the 3rd key, you'll actually get the artifact that is the thing that's been locked up that you've just been unlocking with the keys. And you don't actually have to pick up anything. It'll automatically pick up for you, and then the cutscene will start. Now when that cutscene's over, you'll actually immediately get your next artifact, and that's going to be the DG2. Go ahead and pick that one up. And the final artifact is going to be the final step of the Easter egg before you get into boss fight, and that's when you bring Klaus over to this box here where he picks up the final artifact. You don't have to pick it up yourself, just let Klaus do it. And with that, you'll have all 6 artifacts. And that's it. That's how you get all the intel, all the audio logs, documents, and artifacts on Ashes of the Damned. And like I said at the start of the video, if this was helpful to you, I'd appreciate if you guys could show some support on the channel by dropping a like, subscribe, bell, share, any of that great stuff. But with that said, I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.